Hi, this is Jamie with isoTracker, and in this tutorial we're going to discuss how to record a risk event from another module. So let's get started. In addition to recording a risk directly in the risk module, it can also be done from the complaint, audit, nonconformance, and training modules. Let's look at recording a risk from the complaint module. A risk can be recorded once a complaint has been accepted and assigned to a user to manage. I have a complaint that is in the status of assigned opened here. To record a risk, scroll down to the bottom of the page. If the risk module is part of your subscription, you'll be able to see and access the risk object. To record a risk related to this complaint, click on the Log New Risk link. This will open a new tab with the Record New Risk page. A title will need to be recorded here. The About details from the complaint have been copied over for us. Next, we'll need to select the likelihood and impact of the risk by selecting from those drop-down boxes. We'll also need to define the risk in the text box here. If the user logging the risk is a risk administrator, then the recorded risk can be assigned immediately by using the Assign To object below. On the other hand, if you are not a risk administrator, then the Assign To object does not appear and you can only log the risk. Since I'm logged in as the super admin, I am a risk admin by default, so I have the Assign To object available to me. I'll set the status to assigned, and then I can select either the super admin or another risk admin to manage this risk event. Lastly, we'll click on the Submit button to record and assign the risk. A risk recorded for a complaint or another module looks like any other risk, except the source of the risk in the Details object will list the module where the risk originated. This will be a link that when clicked will open the properties page for the source, in this case the complaint, in a separate tab. Now let's click on the Action Required icon in the top menu. We can see here that the logged risk is listed here. Those risks with the highest ranking will be listed at the top. Now we'll go to the risk matrix by clicking that icon from the top menu. By default, we'll be taken to the Open Risk page, where we can see that the high risk event we recorded is shown here. The moderate risk is listed here. Clicking on either of those elements will display the constituent risks below. Now let's head to the Complaints module. From the Action Required page, let's open the complaint from which we recorded the risk event and scroll down to the risk object on the Properties page. We can see that the View icon has turned from green to maroon, indicating that a risk was logged. If desired, another risk event can be recorded by clicking the Log New Risk link. Clicking on the maroon check will display the key details of the risk that was recorded. And we can click on the Properties icon in the Action column to open the Risk Properties page. And that's how you record a risk from another module in isoTracker. In our next tutorial, we'll move to the risk assessment stage, so be sure to check it out along with our other tutorials so you can make the most of isoTracker.